I'm just scratching it. I'm just like, why is it so like irritated? Like, why am I like? Am I just looking
Good
at
night,
it?
good night, good night. And we are inside. Ladies. So y'all today Lisa make a fresh broth. I bring a whole big bowl. If I see the bowl. I for the whole I feel it's like for the rest of the week. Right, so Jason on the inside, I think Abby will come back in just now. Lisa on the inside, Sonali on the inside. So the topic tonight is stay-at-home mom versus working mom. Now we know that some people like to say housewife, but just remember the woman are married to the house. Yeah, so women who are what they will call it as homemakers versus the career woman. So the working mom will be the career woman and the stay-at-home mama the homemakers. So let us see all the myself this stay-at-home mom.
Does she say that too? Sorry.
Lisa, starting with Lisa there. Lisa, are you a stay-at-home mom or do you consider yourself a working mom? Which one?
I look myself as a stay-at-home mom.
A stay-at-home mom. And do you enjoy being a stay-at-home mom?
Honestly, not really, because I used to work before, in a nursing home. Yeah.
Right.
So just now be jumping back out in the nursing field. Yeah.
Right. So you're missing being a working mom. So we're saying you're really enjoying the stay-at-home mom thing, or you
It's
want to
not
be a
that
working mom?
it's not that I'm not enjoying it, but when you get accustomed working, you're getting up, but in my situation with my mom and my dad, I just home for a while till, like all the
Right.
household stuff, the cooking, the cleaning, the washing, seeing out my kids. I I love being home with my parents and my kids, but when I jump back out to work in the nursing field, looking after elderly people, um, it will just be a normal thing for me because before I used to work at KFC and a nursing home, like I work in the nursing home the daylight and I work KFC
Right.
night shift. So it
Okay.
wouldn't be that hard. Mm-mm.
All right. So you're saying that's how you'll be able to flex and handle everything that comes with being a working mom.
Yes, and go
Chizan.
to my
Long time
gym.
here didn't have Chizan.
I,
Chizan. But right
I
now
always
we
been
know
a
that you
I always
are a
been a
working
working
mom.
mom. I always been a working person, so I don't know about a staying home mom, to be honest with you. Don't know what that life is.
Right. So
I
what is
always
it?
worked.
So what is it like to be a working mom?
To me, it's challenging. It's tough, but when you have kids, it's hard. But gotta do what you gotta do in it. But I
Right. So
think
what makes it hard?
when because you gotta juggle work and the kids, school, homework. You're doing everything. Working mom, doing thing and staying at her, to staying home mom. So it's in both field. But to
Right.
me, I don't think I could be a stay-home mom. Could never do that.
All right. Why do you think you could be a stay-at-home mom?
I can't be a stay-at-home mom because I think it's just telling you every day. I mean, stay-at-home mom, the thing that you do in the house is like it's every day. Yes, you at work then like a mom. You at work, but 24/7 in a house. Not me. I'll go crazy. You need to see different environment. No, I'm being serious. You need to see different environment, different. I can't stay. No, not for me. Some people do
Good
that.
for you.
I know people who never work in their life, a day's job in their life, they stay home, never work. I don't think
True.
I could do that personally. Yeah.
Mm.
Yep.
Abby, tell us,
I don't mind staying home.
what is it?
I
You
don't
don't
mind
mind
working
staying
either.
home? All
Yeah.
right.
Spend
So,
more time with the kids.
be,
Grow with them.
Bobby, you kind of done
I don't
past
mind
that
staying
stage
home.
already. Your children, them big-ish.
I know, but I think at this age where they're at now, they need a little more, guidance than when they were younger. Because they're venturing out in the world now. They need like proper guidance, to teach them how to direct themselves out there. I mean, when they're small, yeah, but now I think now is the more dangerous times for them because they have to go out there. I wouldn't mind being home now to kind of help guide them, tell them about the outside world, the do's and don'ts, for them to at least be careful.
Right.
So I don't mind being
right.
at home at this stage.
Okay. So Abby doesn't mind being home at the stage. Is that Farina I'm seeing there? Tell me if I'm seeing right. Farina, is that
Yes,
you,
you
girl?
are.
The resident freak girl?
I'm outside tonight. I'm watching them kids in the pool.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Yeah.
So before Verena jump off, we doesn't get us so often. What is it like being a working mom?
Oh, it's hectic, It's be a bit hectic. But I have support, so I don't feel, burdened by being a working mom 100%. But it's still,
Mommy.
sometimes when you can't make the certain events and things for your kids. Like one year,
Yes.
you feel, you do feel a bit, disappointed and so on.
Right. I'm going to ask you to disclose the location before anybody
I
comes
had
to
the
find
privilege
you.
of being a stay-at-home mom as well.
Okay, and how was that?
It was nice. It's just when you're working for your own money, things just be, you get to achieve goals and stuff, right?
Right.
Because you can put aside, you can help your husband, you can put up money with him, or you can do more. But
Right.
that's when you go to. But you feel nice when you're home with your kids, and you can mold them and shape them into what you want them to be. And you're there every moment, every time they're down or they're up, you're there for them. Because that come like your full-time job.
Yes,
there's a difference
definitely.
between working and to be a stay-at-home mom. For me, right? That's from my experience.
Right. So Nally, will you prefer to be a working mom or a stay-at-home mom, and why?
A working mom. And I'd rather be a working mom because that is what I grew up seeing from great-grandparents, great-grandmother come straight down. And on top of it too, I've been working since I was like 16, doing summer jobs and all kind of things to get to that habit now to just be home. I wouldn't be able to do that. Maternity leave is for my stay-at-home period. After maternity leave, it will be back to work. Yes, it might be hard. It will be a challenge to be a working mom, because you'll be missing certain milestones and so forth. But I don't think I could be home all that time. Not for so long. I really can't.
Right. So Sherlyn is saying a woman being home has its advantages. Yes. Now, so Sonali mentioned milestones, right? So when it is, you have your babies and they're creeping, then they start, trying to take their 1 or 2 steps, then they might walk, and that milestone of them walking, it may happen in the daycare, and you just might miss their first 2 steps, right? But I mean, paying, and because many these days, most young women they work, right? The majority of young women are custom working. So now having to put work on pause and stay at home for however long, it don't sit right with them. When they're making their own money, Verena saying making their own money is let you feel, really good about yourself. It could contribute to the financial aspect of the home, all of that. So you want to be able to make your own money, right? And the next thing is that, I mean, when you think about now, it have in Trinidad and Tobago lots of free stuff, because it have the free daycares. Well, ECC, they have the daycare plus the preschool. But some persons, they will go the way of paying for that, paying for daycare, paying for preschool. And then it have some women who may decide, here what, it will be better socially, economically. The pro will be on that side of staying home for that short moment of time. Because I know it have some women who stay home when baby to let us say until the child is ready, to let us say they are 6 years or so. Some women do that. I don't know what your experience was. If it is your parents, if it is assumed for a certain period of time and then they get back out to working. Chizan, you remember if your mom was working when it is you were going to preschool?
Yeah, my mom worked from when I was after 3 months old. Yeah, she went back to work. So yeah, I did it myself. When my daughter was 3 months old, I went back to work and I put her in nursery. So she been going nursery from 3 months old.
Right.
So all my kids, I always go back to work. I never stayed at home. Yeah, so yeah. And my mom did that as well. Mm-hmm. My mom do that.
Remember, if it is your mom went out to work right after, that she stayed home for a period of time, how long was it?
She stayed home for I think was 3 months. Yeah, 3 months only. And she went back to work.
Only.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Abby, what about your mom?
Yeah.
My mom stopped working before the pandemic. But when there were talks about locking down, she stopped working, yeah.
But when you were a child, a baby, when you were a baby, did she continue working or did she stay home for a little period? She worked at home. Okay. Well, I guess the job she was doing allowed her to. Yeah, allowed her that privilege, right? Sonali, what about you?
Through preschool, my mom worked, both parents worked, even my grandmother was working. So we had a babysitter for a period of time until my grandmother retired, and then she left us with my grandmother. But as far as I am concerned, my mom worked, maybe she must have stayed for the most 6 months maybe, or the period of maternity leave, and went back out to work.
Right. Farina.
My mom was a stay-at-home mom straight up until I finished secondary school. Well, straight up until I reached Form 3 or something.
Okay.
So I had the privilege of going home to mommy every day and her cooking. I could vividly remember reaching home to hot food on the stove, as Shillan say. Hot food for days. And the house clean.
Right. So Shillan is making a very important point here. A household now needs 2 persons working with the inflation. And now it's not like long time where persons could have easily have a stay-at-home mom. Right? You need both incomes. You need money coming in from both persons in order to really make it. Just meeting the base. Some persons are just barely meeting their basic needs, because if both parents are working for minimum wage, it's already tough, right? So you need, in this time, it's both. And all right, so Verena mentioned the word support. You see, when it is whether it is a stay-at-home mom or a working mom, I think you will always need that support, really and truly.
Yes,
I don't know if you all
I
agree
agree.
with me, but
I agree. You
think
need support.
both
Both.
that
Yeah, both. You
that
need
support is
both.
very important.
You have to have that support, otherwise, yeah, you have to have
Parenting,
support.
it means parenting. It's not mommying. So for to
Yes,
to be
Yeah,
a parent, you need both parties to help.
exactly.
yeah, and not just only mommy and daddy, but whether it's granny, uncle, auntie, that external support, and even sometimes persons in the community, because as we know, there are people who may not have other relatives around for many different reasons, right? They might be an only child, relatives may have passed on, and it's really them alone facing this world, right? So people in the community are also their support system. Now I know Verena. Verena definitely needed a lot of support because there's 3 young ones, and when you have there's 2 boys, so to get them ready on time, and time management will be like a real important thing, eh? It's really important, especially for the working mom. Those time management. You need to prep in meals, having uniform ready, bag packed, making sure that they have everything to go to school. If it is, you have your husband or you're living with someone else, what about, you're trying to meet their needs too, right? So all of that, time management, packing the husband lunch, the children lunch, making sure everything in order, everybody looking neat, everybody clean and ready to step out the house. That is how we're juggling, and I think that's why, well, of course, being a stay-at-home mom, it's a little bit, they may say it's not easy. We know it's not easy being a stay-at-home mom, right? But you don't have to go out, meet up some, we know how it have people that it is work with, how it could be at times very, 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 very stressful at times, and then you have to come back home, you still have to cook, wash, clean, etc. You don't pack lunch for that man. Shazan, you ever pack lunch for your husband?
No.
No, Shazan, why?
No.
Yeah, that cooking and that packing lunch thing is a real thing,
I don't even pack lunch for my kids for school. They buy lunch every day. So probably to pack lunch for a husband. I don't think so. I haven't got time to pack lunch.
Okay, so Shazan, let me ask something, right? Should I say the man hungry? Now, I know my mom is a working mom and she used to like prep. So lunch would have been packed for everybody, and there was a time, of course, in my life as my sister and I get older, we had days to cook too. So when it is to get older, you just need to help out with getting lunch prepared for during the week, right? But when it is, Lisa feed everyone, that is true. Lisa definitely packing lunch. We know that for sure. Lisa packing. Abby, you ever pack lunch for the children to carry to school?
Been there, done that.
Yes. Been there, done that. I can see Sonali will definitely pack lunch for her children to go to school when she has children. Sonali, let me know if you don't agree with that.
No, I would.
You would.
I would be the mom that packed those really, really nice exotic lunches that the children does have. I would be that mom.
Right.
I would.
Everything's sectional.
To me, the packing lunch thing,
Mm-hmm.
I have to get up 4:30 in the morning to cook lunch.
Well, yeah. Well, not even. It depends
I
on where
didn't
it depends
But I
on
can't
the
do it
job
every
you
day.
have and so forth.
I do it, but I can't do that every day. Sorry.
I would do that every day. I definitely would. Until they get older.
And you know the strange thing? I just bringing this point up, right? A woman does feel pressured to do that for her spouse, right? But if when it's on the other side, you think your husband does feel pressured to get up in the morning and cook before you go to work? I don't think he feels pressured to do it. He do it.
Of course. Of course not. Remember, we were taught that the woman. Remember, we have the role of the woman and the role of the man in the household, and it would have been the role of the woman to prepare the meals for the household. Of course, it have times when, of course, the men going to cook at some point, whether it's on the weekend or they free to cook at dinner or whatever, right? Should I not say what if it's a KFC house?
No, Sherlan, no. The husband does cook most of the time.
Right? So your husband will cook most of the time. There are household, but of course that is in the minority. But really and truly, we will socialize to learn that women are the one who prepare the meals. Women are the one who will make sure the house is clean, the clothes washed and ironed. Right? That's what it is. Until the child gets old enough. Until the child gets old. But Verena, your mom was a stay-at-home mom, so I mean, what? Okay, give us. Tell us how.
My grandfather used to cook all the time and iron clothes and things. So I grew up knowing that from him. And well, my dad was the working one and mommy was home. So, you know, of course, he didn't cook it. Because he can't really cook. He can't really cook. So, he can cook a yard pot, but he can't cook food, you know, like in the home how you cook for your family. Right. And now I pick up a husband that's cook. So, my kids wouldn't know about man and woman having to, a woman being the one to cook and the man being the one to work. You know, they will grow up opposite. But, you know, I guess what I try to explain to them though, that, you know, anybody can take up any responsibility in the home.
Verena, I think this question is for you. Is your husband a stay-at-home husband?
He's a stay-at-home husband for now, yeah.
For now.
When he starts to work, I don't know what.
Well, you will just have to share the duties, make it equal. Right? Equal rights and justice.
Yes.
Yeah. But I think, so as I said, that time management is what is really important when it comes to really managing the home. And because some people really don't have control. They like a headless chicken moving about. When it is, you don't have that time management. You will always be late for work. It will just be chaotic. So Abby, seeing that,
that chaos, you know.
Well, it's true. They feel like if they're functioning. I don't see that as functioning because they're being late. If it is, it could be chaotic things. Maybe we know things will not always be perfect, right? Sometimes the house may not always be clean, especially if you have little ones and they throw something here, they throw something there. Unless they have the you know, some people don't have the luxury of having a separate, big enough space for their children to do whatever it is they want, right? Not everybody has that luxury. And that some ladies already like to fold clothes after they wash. All the ladies that like to fold clothes right after they wash. Sherlan is saying that means you bring home that money for him. So all the ladies that love doing laundry, wash, fold,
yes,
iron, all who love doing. Shazan, do you enjoy doing that?
I hate folding clothes.
Shazan hates folding clothes. Sonali, what about you?
I just have my moods, but I prefer to fold and hang up clothes as soon as they dry because the moment I leave it, that's it. That's the thing right there. So I would
Yeah,
try
when you
and
leave
make
it
it
here
a
in Poland,
possibility
yeah.
to fold and
I
hang
have
up
two
one
baskets
time.
right now watching me.
Exactly. I have a basket of clean
Yeah,
clothes
because I
right at
keep
this
putting
moment
it
that
down
needs
and
to hang
leaving it.
up. So by the end of tomorrow, it must be hung, or it will stay there for the whole week. And I hate clothes all over the place.
Abby, do you like folding? Abby, do you like doing laundry? Washing, folding?
It depends. You know, like Sonali said, I'll be in a mood. You know, sometimes you'll do it right away, sometimes you'll stay there for a week plus.
Lisa, what about you?
I don't have a problem washing, but as soon as I wash, I put it in the dryer, then I put it in the basket, and the basket will watch me for 3 days till I ready to put it in the cupboard. But my fiance put it away very neatly for me, so thank God for that.
All right. Verena look like I ain't feeling to fold his clothes at no point in time. So then it's in housework in a sexy maid costume. Well, yes.
I prefer to fold the clothes, right? I don't like hanging it up. Right? I don't like hanging up clothes. But I will do it. But I don't like it. I prefer to fold the clothes. But I'm not folding it up as soon as they come off the line. If you're coming by me, Sunday into Tuesday, you might find clothes on my chair. Because it's when I find the time after to fold it. Listen, you just be tired, you know, when you don't do all your things for the weekend. And you was working whole week. You'll be real tired. So clothes will remain on that chair for a little while. And then we will fold it up together. But yeah.
Well, fine.
But when the kids were small though, when they was babies, as the clothes wash and thing, I fold it and place out. But now they're big, all you fold your clothes away and they just throw it in the basket and that's that. I ain't going to do that. It's 3 of them now.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, only the clothes will fold up.
Okay. And what about ironing? What about the ironing the clothes? You know, some people, they don't like to iron. You know, you might need, do you all iron the children's clothes for the whole week? Do you all iron every morning? Children saying that's the fish talking. Lisa. What you all do? Do you all, for the mothers, do you all iron the children's clothes for the entire week, or do you all iron the night before or the morning of school?
Entire week. I iron for the entire week from a Sunday. From tomorrow, I iron for the whole week.
Right. Verena, what about you?
Every night. And if I miss a night, I just do it in the morning. But I prefer to iron everything for the weekend. But my husband in summer take a break and relax something. So I just take the advice. One piece a night for every one of them, that's good enough.
Okay. Lisa, do you iron for the entire week, or do you iron every night or every morning?
For Naomi, I iron from Sundays. So I iron from Sundays for the whole week. You see this morning ironing thing? Nah. But I love to iron. Honestly, I like to iron. So I iron for the whole week. Because it's Naomi clothes and it's original clothes.
Right. So the whole week. Abby, what you used to do? Because I know you're not ironing nobody's clothes right now. So what you used to do when the children weren't able to iron their clothes?
I used to iron for the week. 10 shirt, 4 sets of uniform. Every Saturday or Sunday.
Yep. Right. Sonali, yeah, because I know you ain't doing that now. Sonali, what will you be doing?
I hate to iron. That's why all my clothes don't require an iron. I hate iron. I hardly have any clothes
But
that require
but
iron.
when it but when you
if
have children,
That's the beauty of it. If I have children and it is a government school and it requires uniform, then I may iron. If not, I may put you in a school that requires just a skirt, a t-shirt, like how UE prep is or something. You might get that, you might faster get that, but it's only if I am forced to, I will iron, and I will iron for the week. Because I'm not for this get up in the morning, I have to make your lunch and then look to iron your clothes every morning too. Nah. The most you're getting is your fancy lunch. You ain't getting me ironing every day.
right?
Sorry. And on top of it too, the husband or partner too, I will iron your shirts every day. So everybody just bring whatever and I will iron it then if I am forced to. But outside of that, no. That way it's a laundry and dry cleaning. Press that, carry that by the laundromat and press that.
Well, you have to make sure you work because well, okay, so let's see. So if you ladies meet a man who wants to be a stay-at-home boyfriend, will you give him a chance? Trizan, turn up her face like that is madness. Lisa, do you want? I don't know about that.
Totally madness.
Sonali.
Oh, sir.
Sonali, the cup of the ceiling, like,
no.
Nah.
No, I'm thinking.
You're thinking?
Oh,
if he was working before, and then he either lost a job, get laid off, or whatever, looking for something else, or want to take a break.
No, that's not what Shirley's saying. Shirley is not talking about being laid off. He's talking about a man wanting to be a stay-at-home, dad or boyfriend or husband.
I don't think I can deal with that. Somebody staying with my man. No.
The only way I will allow that is if you have a remote job that allow you to work from home. You're willing to do the household chores throughout the day, do the errands that need to be done. Because you ain't staying home to lie down and hot up my couch or bed and run the electricity in high sky. So you better be home doing something that is productive. But in this time and age where every country now has a high inflation rate, both of us have to hit that brick partner, no? You're saying I'm to hot up nobody's space?
Yeah, that stay-at-home thing is a no-no, right? So we know in this time it is a very challenging. Yeah, so it will be more challenging to have someone stay at home, right? So that's why time management, money management, you need to have those skills in order to, whether it is you are a stay-at-home mom or a working mom, but for the working moms, I will say iron for the entire week, right? If ladies, you don't really like ironing, you get yourself uniforms or work clothes that don't require ironing, right? So, like Nathan says, it's okay for a woman, but not for a man. Well, these ladies here, well, except Abby, is willing to stay at home, right? So, right at this time, I will say it's not okay for anybody to be staying at home. Right? That is just my
view. This days and ages.
In this time,
yeah.
Exactly.
Unless my fiance was
or that man or that woman who works, if it is the other party staying home, the working person had to be making real money that will be my salary, your salary, and some more. It can't be that they're working for minimum wage and I home. No.
Exactly, because nothing gets done.
Oh, you're middle class. That means that person working for real money. And it has to be a real secure job. It's not no.
It has to be a secure job.
Something like that.
Very secure.
Yeah.
Very secure.
Mm-hmm. And we know with COVID, we realize jobs, when people think that their jobs are secured, it really isn't.
No.
Right? COVID taught us that. So really and truly, both parties should be working.
And it's true because from young, And I saw that from young too, because when I can remember when UNC came in power and they closed down Tantique. My dad used to work in Tantique. And when they closed it down, my mom, he had to stay at home at a point in time. But what my mom did for a period was actually went away and worked and send back money.
Right.
Because even at that point in time, her job was not secure and she was working ministry. And just by a change of government, it wasn't easy. And for that short period of time, my mom went away, worked, sent home money until my dad got something that was secure. And she came back and by miracle got back her job. But still wasn't easy. And both of them worked. So that's both like one person staying home, nothing. And even through that period of time when my dad was home, he did odd ends to still make sure it have money in the house. So both people have to work. So imagine for back then it was hard. So imagine for now.
Yeah, even harder. Right? So Shalon is saying some women find joy in being a homemaker. And that's true. Right? Now if it is a woman is going to stay home, right? I think that both parties should be comfortable and financially stable enough for that to happen. Right? Once that is possible, and what some couples do is that the mom may stay home. They actually plan how they're going to have their children. Family planning really takes place. I know you make children here, then next year you make a next one, and you're all over the place. They actually plan how they're going to have these children, whether they are doing it 2 years apart, 3 years apart, for this period of time. So by the time the last child starts, let's say, primary school, the woman goes back out to work. So they may be home for a period of, let us say, some may be home for a period of 10 years. Now, what it is my mom did, when it is I started preschool, she would have worked in the morning period. So when school was over, she could have, picked me up, right? And then when I get older, well, my sister and I were a whole 7 years apart. So she could have worked whole day 8 to 4. And then when my sister came along, when it is she started preschool, what she did is actually make sure that she was in a school in the area, get a van, and make it work like that. So she continued working. So that's why I really need to plan. So all the young ladies coming up, you're thinking about having a family, you have to make sure you have some sort of financial stability. And if it is you want to stay home a little more than the 6-month period, you need to have money. You need to really plan, put the money down. You're planning way in advance for this to work out. You can't just say, well, however it swing, it hang. That will not work in this time. You need to plan. You really, really need to. So that planning is really important. Right? And children cost a lot of money. And you see, with this pandemic, I don't know if we all learn, but we really need to learn from this. Anything could change, and by the time you blink your eyes, something else could come up. Anything could happen. Anything, really and truly, anything could happen. Yeah. And it's also good to have a side hustle, as the saying goes. Have a side hustle. So in the event that for whatever reason, you don't have your 8 to 48 hours job, or how much of hours you work, and you don't have that, you have something that you could fall back on. So having something that you could fall back on is really important. It is really important.
Especially
so we really need to think about that.
You could fall back on a skill and open your own sideline home. Like myself, I fall back on like hairdressing, so I could always do like pedicure, manicure, anything I want to.
Right. Yes, so that side hustle is important. People don't forget it. Yes, so we see that. Brilliant. Do you think it have more working moms or more stay-at-home moms now? What is the percentage? Lion said as if it's a sexy house man. It's not even no sexy house man.
The man could be ugly too.
No, he asking if it's a sexy house, man. If you go want him to stay home. Right, so based on this thumbnail, we see there are more working moms than stay at home moms. And of course, due to inflation and make that money. Yeah. Yeah. So we will say, well, Abby is thinking that she could stay home now. But Abby, if it is you as stay at home mom, who's going to be making the money? How you plan to make sure money running?
Oh, I've already started my side hustle. I already have a couple lash clients, nails clients, and massage clients done line up for the week already.
Oh.
I've already started.
Okay.
It's just to fall in a business, you know. Yeah.
Okay. I see. So Abby don't have her plans on how this thing going to work out. So you are well, let's be considered a stay-at-home mom.
Qualified.
Do you have to have another word, really, to have another word term for that now, because you are working from home. Even though it's not focused where it is, you are Shirley is coming for his massage, Abby. Right? Shirley is coming for his massage. Abby ever saying, yeah, boy, come true. You don't have to worry. You're getting it's pro bono. Abby says she's going to charge you plenty money. Plenty money. So this is how no friendship in business. You'll ever hear people say that there is no friendship in business. Pay money when they come in. It's no credits and all these things that people is trying to look for because it's family and friends. You pay money. Yes. Right, Jazan? So when you want to go and get your lashes.
Stand a friend or family in business. Charge the full.
Yeah.
Because it's
what is the family or friend?
Otherwise,
yeah, the family or friend, what they should do is give you a tip. That's what's supposed to happen. Give a tip. If it is you feel that day to be outside the goodness of your heart, you give a little discount. That is up to you. But really and truly, full price, you can leave a tip. Yeah. Lisa, we just going and say because everybody wanted to talk just now.
It comes like, okay, I have my own business. Well, because okay, I'm doing my own thing in the nursing home, and I come home here and I decide to do my own side thing like on a Sunday because hardly anybody will do, on a Sunday. And it comes like if family comes, it have nice signs they put up no credit, and they put like trust in God, blah blah. But remember, when they pay, you have to buy back your stuff to do back other clients. So the more they want to like to credit. What sense it make it come like according to myself and my ex-hairdresser was Miss Agnes Peters. It come like the bursting your business when you're starting to upgrade yourself and starting to uplift yourself on your little side thing.
Yeah.
So true.
So,
that's true.
So all that discounts and credits and all the extra, when it is they going somewhere else, they have to pay the full price.
They have to pay the full price anyway to go to another
hairdresser.
So they have to pay the full price. So
yes,
look my
family of friend.
Because look, my nails, who does my nails? She have a home service fee, but we are best friends, and she don't charge me the full fee, right? But her home service fee is $400. And she don't charge me because we are very close. She charged me less than the amount, because that's the bond we have. But clients, other clients, you charge them the full.
Right. So how much is the ship giving it for Lisa, if you don't mind me asking? What is less? She give you half price?
Yes, I'll get half price.
Half price. Right? And of course, if somebody's coming to your home, they're going to charge more. That is like, you're in your own place, they're going to charge more than if you go out into their salon. Right? Mm-hmm. Yeah. And that makes a lot of sense. You're doing a home visit. Home visit costs. It does cost. Right? So we see, well, the majority of women prefer to be, working woman, working mom. And of course, in this timing, it can be one person in the house. So working, it needs to be both parties, both persons, really contributing to the financial aspect of the home, because things are, it's not as back in the day. We are no longer in that time. And people need to remember that we are not 150 years ago, anything like that. We are in the now, and we need to live as we are in the now, not in the past. And we even need to groom our children to know that they put in now. Not everything back then, but you use it on your children, you could use it now. Right? So that's what we need to really keep in mind. Right? So we'll see what is it. We don't know what the topic is for next week, but tonight was nice. And don't forget that, well, these days we all will see be coming up. I think Jazan cooking when? Tomorrow?
Yeah, tomorrow.
Jazan cooking tomorrow? Right. So
yes,
you'll look out to the live. Jazan will be cooking tomorrow.
Lisa cooking today.
Lisa just out of the blues. Lisa decides she clean any fishes, scaling everything. Right? She could have let the fisherman say he ain't doing that. So Lisa had to do the full work.
But I would like to say something. I felt proud of myself. Mm-hmm. My fiance always do it. And he was really proud of me today. Because he always do it. He likes to clean, he likes to play. So I am proud of myself, and I enjoy doing it with all my finger getting cut off, all the chop. But as a woman, you learn new things. I'm not a fish person to clean fish, but I learned today, and I felt proud of myself that my kids was looking at me doing this. My sister Jizan and Chimika and children was there. And that gave me the confidence. If I have to master fish again, I know what to do. Although the first time when holding the fish, because
sure, that has to tell you what to do the fish on the line. Hi Jean. So Jean says she chooses to be a working mom. Right? So Jean is in the working mom category. Yes. So yes, Lisa, one thing we're glad that it did not cut off any finger today. Right?
Exactly.
So that was a good thing. Because my heart almost kind of skipped a beat.
He was very proud of me. Really proud of me. Yeah.
So I know where to bring my fish next time.
Nice. Yeah. You know where to bring a fish.
It was a
bring it by Lisa.
Bring it by Lisa.
So Natalie, you like to clean fish, scale it, everything?
If I have to, I would do it. To me, it's not a hardship, really and truly.
Okay. Because I know it has some people just don't like it.
If I'm in the kitchen, I have to clean it anyhow, cook it, season it, and all of that. So, for me, it's not a hardship, really.
Okay. Right. So, just gonna have a second person. Well, yes. It's still ain't gonna work. That no house man. Sexy, devil dick or otherwise, no house man. That's That is Trini Nikki, the say half man with devil dick. So Lion is just adding it in there. If the man's sexy, if you have a devil dick, if it's allowing him to be a stay-at-home man.
Let him come with millions. Come with
Lord.
millions. Then you could be a house man.
So ladies, it was nice. And we will look out for Giselle and cookery tomorrow. Right?
Yes, tomorrow.
So we out. You'll have a good night.
And
have
you
a
too.
good morning.
Bye.
Yes.
Okay, bye.
Out.
Bye.
Bye.